Only took me a fuck ton of time, but I'm back. I've returned. How's everybody doing? How are we feeling? YouTube now. That's really weird change, but also Twitch blows, and I don't really want to stay there if it's going to continue to blow. Sleepy? Yeah, I'm not surprised, honey. I really am not. If there's a list of things that you do that I would have to be surprised at, that'd be at the very fucking bottom of that shit. Very bottom. Absolutely. There's nothing that you do more than be sleepy. It's honestly kind of impressive. Just woke up. Okay, cool. Anyways, we are playing Blight. You're playing some Dead by Daylight. The self-imposed rules that I have to make things as hard as possible for no fucking reason are no add-ons, no slowdown, and no kicking generators. So it's just down to my personal skill. Ayo, sup, Para? Oh man, that's gonna be awkward. Every single time I tab out to do something with the stream. Oh no, do not e-fucking my chat, you two. Please don't. I would prefer to have that not happen. No, that's not gonna fucking happen. No, nope, don't you right there. Don't you fucking think you're gonna fucking do that. Isn't that like every man's dream? Not every man. Not every man, I can tell you that. Oh, I'm gonna have fun in this lobby. Uh-oh. No toolboxes, so gen speed should be alright, but it's gonna be pretty difficult to apply pressure. Still showing the starting screen. I literally just switched. And then I look over and see that. Yes, I am aware. I fucking know. I'm not just gonna stay on the starting soon screen. Have I done that in the past? Let's play some Dead by Daylight. Who's ready for some Dead by Daylight? Oh man. I just really cannot wait to get my shit rocked. It's gonna be fun though. It's gonna be fun, probably. 5K, yo. Regardless of how much I get done in this lobby, I'm still gonna have fun in this lobby because it's a gamer lobby. 5 cakes means we will have a good time regardless because I'm gonna get a fuck ton of blood points. Also, no warm-up, just going into this bitch raw. Which is the best idea. Also, probably not. But I was never the best player anyways, so it doesn't matter. The BP. I'm telling you. Alright, so in a lobby like this, who warms up for DVD? Killer players. I'm not flexing, I just enjoy it. It makes a nice little set piece, you know? Okay, maybe I'm flexing a little bit, but 53k points? Nice. Very solid. Alright. I know they're already working here. can't get a quick little bump logic hit here. Yep. There we go. We can end this first chase quickly. We shouldn't have too much of a problem with the rest of the game. That is all easier said than done. If he doesn't make it, it's super easy for me. Beautiful. Outside of the range of the pallet. Around just in case some power struggle shenanigans happen. And that is a very nice first down. Just got off this map against a Wesker, bro. Wesky. Oh, no, that's not collision. Not for sure. Alright, well, it does give us some extra rush to get over here. Bait her out. Nice little shoulder flick there. It's an unhook, but that's fine. Ooh, not quite. Quite far enough, so they do get that jump off, but... Screw drop? Yep. Ah, alright. Nice little play from her. Ooh, very nice play. Good mind game. He's out. I don't know what the fuck that was, but alright. I'll take it. I think we might be able to get a hit here. Nice. There we go. Got a little Pocos. Very strong windows, very strong palette. Ooh, nice. Good dodge. And it doesn't matter. Alright, these are very good survivors, so if I want to get anything done, I'm really going to have to focus. I don't know if we can get there before they do it. Ooh, that's very rough for us. Could have just went over to that gen, but now there's both gonna be popped. Nah, we don't have a nice 3 gen at all. Get a little shoulder flicking on him. Try and keep them off this gen. They didn't elect to finish it, so that's good for us. He goes down, they pop that. Ooh, good bait. It's a very nice bait by that Meg. Nice to pop that gen, but... See if we can't get more injury pressure to go into the end of the game here. We do have everyone injured, which is very nice. I'm going to lose a little bit of that injury pressure just by trying to hook here, but If I stay on top of it fast enough, shouldn't lose too much. Nice. You can get the heal off. Ooh, good dodge. I think it's solid survivors here. Oh, she just got the invitation. Not amazing for us. Yeah, she's still slugged. So alright, she's up. Good, still more pressure though, still more pressure. You get a lot of heals off there. That's not collision. It's actually so rough for us. We didn't get it to double back far enough. Nice little hug tech hit there. I think this is a very safe palette. And she would have been right in thinking that if she didn't go too far. Do that mind game. There we go. Not too bad. We're consistently keeping someone on hook. But that is a Tinkerer proc, so I think we're going to get end game here soon. Take off this. They do, and he gets a little dead hard. Does end up camping that pallet, but he walks right into me. I heard footsteps behind me. Someone's willing to go for save. Injury on Nancy. We can snowball this into a 4K for sure. I think if they get off hook, but we still get Nancy. Very nice flick. We can hook here in center. Gates are very much on our side. It's quite good for us. Ah, but they had a 99. Alright, fair played. Fair play, well played. Very well played by the survivors. Did quite well. Oh, no, I wanted to say GG. Fuck. Come on, man. Why does that have to pop up right in front of the chat box? Are you kidding me? Well, that's just unfortunate, isn't it? How disappointing. Man, they played it so well, too. I wanted to tell them that they played it well. That is incredibly unfortunate. Now, I think... Get rid of that survivor challenge. Get that shit out of here. We may need to restart our Dead by Daylight here. Because I'm gonna be a little gremlin child. And do something that nobody has ever seen before. No one will have ever done this ever in their entire life, and I guarantee it. 100%. Completely. Wesker's either really fun or really trash to play against. That's... Okay, I feel like that's true to some degree. Ooh, hold on. So Auto Haven was fixed. Multiple updates related to the singularity. What did you miss? You just missed me getting 2. 2 kills, 2 out. The survivors played it very well. Very, very nice on their part. Okay. We are actually going to take this quirky little survey. Just a second here, and I'll be able to capture this for us. There we go. Now you can all see it. 20 minutes. All right, we're gonna get some background music. I'm gonna adjust the volume a little bit. Is that good? Is that a good volume relative to my voice chat? Is that solid, do y'all think? What the fuck? You didn't have to phrase it like that, but good for you. I'll take a Blight beating me into submission every day rather than a Wesker. He's absolute dog water. Yeah. Well. Ooh, that got a lot louder. I think we might do that, just to keep it a little more balanced. Alright, thank you for taking the time to give your feedback on Dead by Daylight. The purpose of this survey is to measure player satisfaction and your opinions on several topics pertaining to Dead by Daylight. Take approximately 20 minutes to complete. Legal shit. Okay. Overall, how satisfied are you with Dead by Daylight? Why you put the most loaded question first, dog? Like, why? Alright. How satisfied are we? I want y'all's opinions on this, because I know where I sit, but I think I want some more perspective, because that's a very broad-ass question. Also, yes, I have been in your chat. I'm not surprised, honestly, but very dissatisfied. Why is that, hun? Why is that? Why in your humble opinion, are you very dissatisfied with the current state of Dead by Daylight? Somewhat dissatisfied? Ben. If I could remove one killer from the game, it would not be Nurse, surprisingly. It would be Trickster. Fuck Trickster. The whole point of his design is there's no counterplay in Chase. I don't know if we can be friends if you say shit like that. No, Nurse is fun to play against on open maps. Open maps. It should be Clown or Doctor. Yeah. Okay. But I feel like open maps, Nurse is very fun to play against. She's still way too powerful on two-story maps, just because she has way more ground coverage than every other killer. Like, by a fucking long shot. I've always said this, and I think I will continue to say this. Blight is the best killer on open maps. Nurse is the best killer on indoor and two-story. Actually, no, just two-story. It's a flower picking sim. I would say I'm somewhat satisfied. There's no neutral option, so I'm somewhat satisfied. To what extent do you agree or disagree with the following? Oh man, this is gonna piss people off. Love to play Nurse on Larry's. You are the problem. Alright. Dead by Daylight is fun. I would say I agree. On both sides. Actually, I'm kind of neutral on Survivor, but I do enjoy playing killer. I would say agree. Dead by Daylight is worth the time I spend on it. I would slightly disagree with this one. Strongult? Honey. My dearest love. You can't just go doing that. That's not. I don't know if you know how English works, considering you want to be an English teacher, but nah. It's not worth the 1.7 thousand hours I have in this game. Yeah, I think I would disagree with this. Not strongly disagree. I still enjoy the game, but at some point I do have to disagree. Just because it feels like progression is way too slow. The collection of Eerie shards and the fact that some killings are forced to be licensed really just does not sit well with the general flow of progression. It makes it very grindy. The only reason I even have a second non-licensed killer, and I'm about to have a third, instead of just about to have a second, is because of the Eerie shard grind being so slow. Now, I don't know if that problem is fixed with making Eerie shards more frequent, or larger Eerie shard rewards upon completing a level, or just leveling faster. I don't know what that solution is, but the grind to get as many characters as you want, especially considering how many characters there are now, both on the Survivor and Killer side, which is another problem if you enjoy playing both instead of just one. It's very, very time consuming. It's not terrible, so I would still just disagree. I feel if the game is fair. It's not. There's no way a game can be fair. Asymmetrical 4 versus 1, and power oftentimes depends on perks. There's no way it can be fair. What country do I currently reside? Belize. Currently reside in St. Vincent and Grenadines. What role do you play the most? I play killer mostly, but I do dabble in survivor a decent bit. Which platforms do you play Dead by Daylight on? I play PC. I actually play on mobile Dead by Daylight. Which platforms do you own? Also just PC. When did you start playing Dead by Daylight? I started playing 2 months ago, something like that. When did I buy the game? Or when did you buy me the game, honey? I forget. But how often do you play Dead by Daylight with friends? Well, considering I play killer, rarely. About 25% of the time. How many days a week do you spend at least 30 minutes playing Dead by Daylight? 4 to 5. Just because it's a game that I've recently picked up. I will spend hours on it on the days that I do, but some days I just don't play it. How many days a week do you spend at least 30 minutes playing other video games? Every day. This is by far not the only game I play, which, thank God, because I might be dead if this was the only game I played, but I spend a good amount of time still playing other games. How often do you watch Dead by Daylight content creators? Multiple times a week. I don't know if I can say every day, some days I just don't, but multiple times a week. How would you rate your experience with matchmaking in the last 3 months? Matchmaking time has actually been very fast. June 6th, less than a month. Wow. Okay. Within the last month. Huh, yeah. Alright. But the time has actually been really, really good. I took crossplay off once, and that was a pain in the ass because you only get matches with other people with crossplay off. And I didn't actually get a match in the like 20 minutes that I waited. But with crossplay on, I got a match like within the first minute generally. I've only had to wait more than a minute, maybe once or twice. On both sides. Teammates matched with, i.e. matched skill level. That's pretty negative. I have gotten such a mixed game just because the MMR system is so general. It's so general. Top MMR is not like terribly difficult to reach. And I'm not saying I'm in top MMR. I don't know what MMR I'm in currently, just because I've been playing the game recently. So I don't actually know where I sit. But just the fact that top MMR ranges from casuals who play the game quite a decent bit, who just like play to have fun and goof off and they don't really take the game that seriously, to the best players in the entire world should say something in and of itself. Even at the MMR that I'm at, what's probably more specific when you're not at top MMR, it's still so varied. It's very hard to like get a match where I really feel challenged by the survivors and we tie, or we get 2 out or 3 out. Like any game in between everyone escaping or getting a single kill and 4Ks are very rare. Very, very rare. 3Ks with Hatch and 4Ks are, I would say, 35% of my games. Maybe 25% of my games are all survivors escaping or just getting 1 kill. And the other 40%, that does not seem right. So I'm going to change my numbers. I think 45% of my games are 4K or 3K with Hatch. 35% are all 4 out or 1 kill. And then there's that very rare like 20% where I've actually feel challenged by the survivors and 3 out with the gates or like just 2 out. Those games are very rare, and I did just have one, so it's not impossible to have one, but it's like So I would say negative I can't really go neutral on that, because I will admit, in an MMR system that's not hard fast, like in more, let's say, competitive FPS games, it's very difficult to get rated exactly at your skill level every single game. So I would agree with that. Read each pair of statements, then move the slider towards the one that you feel best fit the current state of Dead by Daylight. This one is going to cause some problems. Just a moment. I have to text my lovely girlfriend. She's okay. She's doing all right. All right. This. All right. Well, I didn't have to think much on that one. Progression is incredibly tedious. Incredibly tedious. Solely because of Eerie Shards. I actually think the blood point system is very nice. It's very fair for the amount of progression that you get. I think the blood point system is perfectly fine where it's at, but the state of Eerie Shards is ridiculous. So I'll move this back one notch, but it feels incredibly tedious. I'm not going to touch that fucking can of worms until I'm done with the rest of them. I'm definitely leaning towards this side on this one. The developers ignore community concerns, or the developers actively listen to community feedback. That is very weird. I think, as a generality, they try to listen, but they don't. They do not accomplish that. They've been okay overall, but I think they lean towards not listening to the community. It's been very rare that we've had changes that are directly influenced by the community. Like, for example, Nemesis. Nemesis had a brown add-on that had two upsides. It increased the use rate of a vaccine for by 3 seconds. And it increased, like, I'm not sure what else it increased, but it was a direct upgrade from a yellow add-on where all it did was increase vaccine use time by 3 seconds. And now they've finally fixed that. So the yellow is no longer a direct upgrade. As of today's patch notes. Which is completely ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. That is one singular add-on that needs a slight buff or a slight rework. And it took them, what? Weeks, months to fix that? It's ridiculous. It really is. Small changes like that should not be an issue for the development team to implement, regardless of what they're working on. Gameplay is varied, or the gameplay is repetitive. I think as an inherent nature of FPS games, not FPS games, this is not a first-person shooter, but as a very nature of competitive multiplayer games like this, or versus multiplayer games, it's very, very repetitive, inherently. Obviously, it doesn't feel like that, just because you go against different survivors, you go on different maps, against different strategies, against different perks. There's a whole host of things that are different about every single match. But as an inherent nature of the game, and I'm not saying it's a downside, I actually think it's kind of good that it's repetitive because it allows for consistent improvement across the board. It is a good thing that there is some repetition to the game so that you have a baseline of skill to go off of, and then adapting to those changes is also a good thing. It's also nice to be able to adapt to, oh, this survivor has off the record. I should be focusing on putting pressure on their teammates and maybe just scare them away from an area, not necessarily go after them until they've touched an objective or done a conspicuous activity. Or, oh, this killer has pain resonance, so I should be getting off of the gen right as they're about to hook, just in case it's a Scourge hook. Just so I don't scream on the gen that gets pain resed. Or just so many little scenarios like that that are just come down to time in the game. So yes, it is inherently a little repetitive, but I do not necessarily think that's a bad thing. Community's pretty toxic. No, actually, I haven't seen a lot of toxicity out of the community recently. Maybe I just haven't been getting that kind of interaction, but I don't really think the community is very toxic, at least not in its current state. I wouldn't say it's the most friendly either, but I don't know whether to put it here or here. If there was an in-between for there, then I would. I'm gonna say here, because I don't really know all that well, but I would say the community is more on the friendly side. The developers are transparent with the community versus the developers lacking transparency with the community. This is a very hot topic. This is a very hot topic that I don't know how to answer. Again, I haven't been around it very long, but from my perceived thing, it doesn't really seem like either. They have decent transparency with the updates they are planning to put out, but they don't have transparency with things like delays in their timeline or disabled features or really just anything on the main game. The PTB changes are very well communicated, but some things in the main game, like them not acknowledging that Nemesis needed an add-on rework because a brown was a direct upgrade of a yellow. Some simple things like that, they're not even acknowledging, which I think is a little bit of a problem. But overall, they are a little more transparent than non-transparent. A little more transparent than opaque, if you will. The game is full of technical issues, i.e. bugs, glitches, lag, or the game is stable from a technical perspective. Nemi's add-ons are depressing. That's so fucking true. They're so sad. It's actually kind of dumb. But I think the game is relatively stable, as it is. There's definitely still a few bugs, but they're generally dealt with in a timely manner. Although a perk like Any Means Necessary, which is one perk that had 2 frames of the animation that needed to be changed, was took 2.5 weeks to be changed. There was 2 frames of animation that needed to be fixed. But a killer like Wesker, who's very popular, didn't really take that long to get reworked. Less than a week to get his bug fixed. Same thing with Azarov's, didn't take very long. So I would say it's still stable from a technical perspective, but there is a lot of those technical issues that are continuously ongoing. Of course, nothing's going to be perfect at all. Like bugs, your internet. Internet of the killers I go against, because fuck them. Yeah. Jolt bug, the pain res bug that went on for months, the Any Means bug, the Dead Hard bug. For at one point there was no animation for Dead Hard, so you couldn't tell if it was Dead Hard or off the record. That was very fun. You also couldn't tell when the survivor was dead harding. That was incredible. So I don't know whether to put the slider on the left or the right. I'm not sure, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave that right there. And now we're gonna address the elephant in the room. The fucking gargantuan hippopotamus in our crawl space. Does the game favor killers or favor survivors? Now, this largely comes down to the level you play the game at. And that's not the answer anyone wants to hear. The answer people want to hear is the game is killer-survivor, the game is killer-sided, or the game is survivor-sided. That's what people want to hear. But in reality, it changes it changes depending on what level you're at. At a very new level, at a very noobish level, at low MMR, at an Ash rank, all of those things, the game is very killer-sided. Very, very killer-sided. Because survivors are not equipped enough to deal with constant killer pressure. They're not very good at looping. They're not very good at like staying on objectives even. They're not very good at applying pressure to the killer effectively. So it's very, very killer-sided. Going towards the mid-ranges of skill, the game starts to get more survivor-sided because survivors are better at looping. Survivors are better at applying pressure. Survivors are better at getting their objectives done faster. Survivors are bringing better add-ons, better perks, better items. All of those things contribute to the game being more survivor-sided because the killers at that mid-range of play don't have that much experience. I myself am at that sort of like beginner to mid-range of play. I'm starting to get better, but good survivor teams, it's even at my MMR, like relative to my MMR, good survivor teams will fucking roll me. It's incredible how well they loop, how well they can keep me in chase, how well they can keep pressure on me. And I'm still not like technically skilled enough to end my chases fast enough to apply pressure in the right spots, to know where the survivors are going to be applying pressure to me, to know when to do all the different strategies that are in the game. Survivors get better a lot faster, but killers, that process is a lot more gradual. So I think in the mid-range of play, the game starts to favor survivors more. And then we get to the competitive play, the top level of play. With no restrictions, I think the game is still a little survivor-sided. There are so many incredible perks. Adrenaline gives you a health state and speed boost when the X gates are powered. Incredible perk. Off the record, 80 seconds of endurance as long as you don't do a suspicious activity. Incredible perk. Deliverance, unhooking yourself for free so your teammates can get more pressure on the killer if you get an unhook. Incredible perk. There's so many things at that top level with no restrictions mind you, that still contribute to the game being survivor-sided. Which is why I'm going to lean towards survivor-sided. But that's not to say that the competitive community hasn't done their fair share of work there. They've figured out what's too powerful. They've figured out what's too sloppy, what's too advantageous, what's too easy to use effectively. They've figured out all of those things on the survivor and killer side. And with those bans in place, it is incredibly balanced. But of course, that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about the public game. And in public games, the majority of games are a little survivor-sided. I think it is still relatively fair, though. So I'm not going to put it very far on the survivor side. But I do think it's overall slightly survivor-sided. Mr. Cat! Yo! What a fucking legend. Okay, so those of you who don't know Mr. Cat is a fucking gamer. He's a fucking gamer. Alright. Have you tried the latest Dead by Daylight chapter? I have played against the Singularity. Yes. Did I hear about this? Phones you play, really. Yeah, Mr. Cat is a fucking legend. We love Mr. Cat. Alright. This is another can of worms. How satisfied are you with the latest chapter and transmission? I don't fucking know. I think it was a pretty good chapter, honestly. I think the perks that it brought were very interesting, were very innovative. Made for this, obviously incredibly powerful. I do think it needs a little bit of a rework, but I like the concept. It's kind of like a resilient spine chill thing, where It gets you more powerful while you're injured to keep the killer in chase longer, which is a good thing, but the fact that it stacks with things like Hope, Blood Pact, Event Syringes, things like that, is very problematic, considering that is a permanent 3% haste. There's no timer after you get injured. There's still endurance for 10 seconds after you heal someone, which is incredibly powerful. But I still don't know how it's going to impact gameplay overall. I have seen a massive impact of made for this, so much so that I've even lost entire games because a chase went on for 10-15 seconds longer because the survivor had made for this. It's an incredibly powerful perk that really forces a lot of technical skill and planning out of the killer, and doesn't really take any technical skill on the survivor side to use, but I guess that can be said about a ton of different perks. Overall, I'm satisfied with the chapter. I don't think I can say very satisfied. It wasn't incredibly revolutionary or anything. Like, the cameras that Singularity can use are still problematic for 3-genning. Even though he's not that powerful, he can still be very powerful in that situation, and the community has said that that's a problem. And the other two of Gabriel's perks are just not that fucking good. They're just not that interesting either. But overall, I'm satisfied with it. The general theme is very, very satisfying. It's nice. It's very nice. Gameplay as the killer, I don't know. But the gameplay against the killer, I am quite satisfied with. I think they executed his power very well. I believe his power, now that it has been buffed to an appropriate level, is very interesting to try and play around. The micromanagement of EMPs and how it affects you in chase is very, very interesting, and adds an entire new depth to chases as a whole with Singularity. And the strategies that he brings with camera placement, and how to zone survivors into certain areas with your cameras and with your slipstreams, it's incredible depth that I love for the game. It is so fun to play. So fun to play against. I'm not sure about Az. I assume it's still fun, but he's very, very fun to play against. Just because there's so many options for both sides. Obvious counterplay on both sides is the trend that good killers see. It's the trend that fun killers see. Even though Blight's the second best killer in the game, people will say he's fun to play as and play against, because there's obvious counterplay on both sides. Obviously, it's tilted a little bit more against Blight, or towards Blight rather, because he's that powerful, but there's still like clear ways to avoid him, and there's almost never situations where you say, that's bullshit, I shouldn't have got hit by that. He was either technically skilled enough to catch you out there, or you did something wrong. And sometimes, yeah, he does put you in unwinnable situations, but that's just going to be more powerful killers. And I think that is a little bit of a problem, but with with Nurse being in the game, I think the counterplay that Blight introduces is very fresh for a top tier killer. Maybe with a Wesker almost every game. That's why I love Wesker. He's a good killer. He's good. He's quite powerful, but there's obvious counterplay, and there's obvious ways to force him into bad situations. It's such an incredibly fun killer to play and play against. As far as the technical performance of the chapter, I guess I'm satisfied. I can't really say, because it hasn't been like terrible, it hasn't been amazing, but I would say satisfied. There was no like outstanding issues or anything like that. They should add that Mr. Cat guy on DVD. Yo, for real, bro. Okay, but what should not grab me over a vault and what should be a whippet instead is a grab. Okay, if you're still in the vault animation, if your first foot has not touched the ground, he's gonna get a grab. That is how the mechanic works, which is unfortunate, kind of fucking blows, but That's how the mechanic works. If your feet aren't on the ground yet, which means the vault animation has started to finish, he's gonna grab you. Did you play Dead by Daylight prior to acquiring this chapter? Yes. Yes, I did. Slightly before, but yes. When did I first play the In Transmission chapter? I first played it on launch day. In a little Swift with the boys. I played it on launch day. It was very fun. Nah, play with Ping and you'll be 3 steps away and still get grabbed. So true, though, honestly. Perk description. Oh, boy. How fun is it to play with the following killer perks? Okay, I don't know. Because I haven't played with them. What potential does each new killer perk have to work well with other character perks synergistically? This one I can like speak on. Also, hello Treya. I didn't actually acknowledge you when I read your message, but hello. Welcome to the stream. We're obviously doing their little survey thing so that we can tear the devs apart. What potential does this have to work well with other character perks? I think Force Hesitation has a little bit of chance for synergy. It's just not an amazing perks. Genetic Limits is an exhaustion perk, which does have a decent chance for synergy. You might have shouted me out in Discord and told folks to come give you love. Thank you. I appreciate that. You did not have to do that at all. That is incredibly generous of you. And I very much appreciate it. Thank you. But, machine learning. Let's go read machine learning really quickly. Uh-oh, Dead by Daylight music. Okay. Let's go read machine learning really quickly. Machine learning. Performing the damage generator action this perk activates. While this perk is active, the next generator you damage will be compromised until it is completed. The damage generator is highlighted in yellow. Always. When the compromised generator is completed, you become undetectable, gain 10% haste for 30 seconds. 30 seconds of 10% haste is ridiculous. It's fucking insane. It's disgusting. Combined with the fact that you are undetectable for those 30 seconds, it is completely fucking nuts for any M1 killer at all. Any M1 killer. It is batshit insane. It has a considerable chance for synergy with other perks. It's just a really fucking good perk. Genetic Limits is pretty good, but it's not nearly as like fundamentally game-changing as machine learning, and that happens for every compromise generator. So if you're good with your kicks and you have a decent like spread build instead of just a kick build, it's very, very strong and can apply so much pressure to survivors just by having this perk and just by being at the right spots. Pairing it with something like Tinkerer for information, pairing it with Tinkies, yes, exactly. Just saying that. You're turning the stream now, love you. I love you too, sweetheart. I hope you have a great time playing your disgusting game. Nah, have a good time. But yes, machine learning paired with a ton of different information perks is just a disgusting combo. It's ridiculous. How'd you rate the quality of the following features? Character appearance is pretty high quality. I don't know if I can say incredible. It does kind of look like some of the like flesh organic parts were just slapped on there, but for the most part, he does look quite good. Especially like the crystals as a touch to the map, and the exposed and bloody parts are very nice. Can't say very high quality, but I think it's high quality. Its power, now that it has like settled and been buffed to a reasonable level, I think it's really high quality power. It does have, again, the issue with 3-genning, but overall it's very dynamic in chase, which is mainly what the core of the power, the slipstreams, is meant to do. The character backstory is high quality, I guess. I don't really care that much about lore, but it was fun to read. How engaging do I find the general theme of the singularity? I find it quite engaging. I do. The AI turned rogue concept is a little bit played out at this point, but I think it was accomplished quite well here. Again, not a huge lore guy, so don't really know. Relative to other killers, how powerful do you feel the singularity is? I think he's right in the middle right now, which is exactly where I want him to be. I think if he was a little bit stronger than he is currently, his power would be very difficult to play around, and it wouldn't be very fun for any side. But if he was slightly weaker, it would be way too easy for survivors to completely counter him and make his power useless. I think he's in the perfect spot right now. Not necessarily perfect, but I think he's in a really good spot. I should clarify that. I think he's in a very good spot right now. Following is a list of qualities that may or may not apply to any given killer. Please evaluate to what degree each statement is true of the singularity. And I'm assuming this is talking about base kit, no perks, no shenanigans, no nothing like that. Killer can surprise attack survivors with no warning. That's a little true. That is a little true. There's still definitely a warning, but you can get jumped in 1 or 2 seconds if you have a slipstream on you. And like there's a camera somewhere, or he snipes you from a long way away, from without his terror radius, which I don't know if it's possible, but if there's a camera near you, you have a slipstream, and you're not aware, it can definitely happen a little bit. This killer's power reduces the effectiveness of pallet loops. Oh, it absolutely does, and that's the whole point of his power, which at its core is problematic. Another anti-loop killer is not exactly what we like to see, but I think the way that it was executed was really, really well done. Very well done. Just the fact that you still can use pallets, but it's a lot more difficult, and it's relatively easy for him to play around while he's in that chase mode. Specifically was done very well. And the fact that EMPs can then counter you and get you out of that very vulnerable state. And if you can zone you back into your cameras, you can get back into that vulnerable state. I think it was done very well, honestly. I think he's a very well-designed killer, at least in his current state. Upon launch on the PTB, he was incredibly weak. But right now, I think he's in a very good spot. I've said that multiple times, but I just want to reiterate it. Killer's power reduces the effectiveness of hiding out of sight. I think that's a little true. There is some like situations where the slipstream would be poking out, or some situations where he would know just because of a cheekily placed camera. But hiding is still a decently effective strategy. There's not like any aura reading in his base kit, at least I don't think there is. Killer's power is hard to master. I think that's a little true. I mean, placing of cameras, obviously, knowing when to slipstream to someone, when to just M1 chase. There's obviously going to be mechanically depth in every killer. So I would say moderately, just because camera placement on each individual map and knowing what tiles will be stronger, what tiles will be weaker, where you need your cameras to be able to slipstream to people effectively is moderately true. I don't think any killer can get a not at all here. I think there's mechanical depth to every single killer in the entire game. Every single killer. Killer's power is difficult to understand as a survivor. I think that's a little true. Knowing like the cooldowns and the ranges are a decent problem, but other than that, there's really no like issue. He has cameras. He can shoot you with a slipstream and then teleport to you after a delay. He can shoot you directly with a slipstream and shoot you directly to teleport you. So I think it's relatively intuitive. This killer's power creates audio cues that are clear and intuitive. I do believe this. I believe that's mostly true. Sometimes they can be a little confusing just because they're all like relatively high-pitched technological, but there's very clear and distinct audio cues if you're keeping your ears out. that will tell you when certain things are happening, when you're being targeted, when you've been shot, when you're being slipstreamed to, all that shit. Killer's powers create visual cues that are clear and intuitive. I think that's relatively true as well. I'm gonna say moderately here. Actually, no, I would say mostly true. Just because I wish there was different geometry to the teleport indicator as opposed to the shoot indicator. Obviously, that like teal versus a pink is going to be pretty distinctive for someone that does not have color blindness that affects that. But that becomes a little bit of an issue. So I would say mostly. Killer's power allows for enough time to react as a survivor. That's moderately true. If you don't have a slipstream on you, you have ample time to react and get out of the camera's range if he puts a slipstream on you. That has a lot of good reaction time. But the teleport happens quite fast, which I'm not saying it shouldn't happen slower, but it is a little hard for survivors to react if they have a slipstream on them, which is a good thing. If they're in that vulnerable state, the killer should have pressure on them to be able to get them off of objectives quickly and hit them quickly. What do I appreciate the most about the Singularity? I'm going to say his current balance within the meta of Dead by Daylight. What do I appreciate the least? It's mostly his cameras trying to 3-gen people. But I'm trying to put a more refined way to put that. His ability to lock down a 3-gen area is still problematic, as is regenning as a whole. Alright, now we're on the survivor side. So, I don't know how fun it is to play with these perks. I don't play very much Survivor. But what I can talk about is the potential of synergy for these perks. I think Troubleshooter and Scavenger both have moderate synergy. Troubleshooter, of course, is an information perk. It can be compared with other information perks like Windows, Kindred, Dark Sense, things like that. Spine Chill as well, that can, you know, significantly enhance the amount of information you get from the perk, but that does require perk slots that would be better used elsewhere. Something like Scavenger, again, would be used with item perks, but unless your build is entirely focused on your item, which will be limited, even with the build, they will still be better spent elsewhere. So I think moderate synergy is a good choice for these. And then we get to Made for This. Let's read this perk really quickly. Whenever you are in the injured state, Made for This activates, and you benefit from the following effects. Gain a 3% haste status effect. Permanently 3%. And gain the endurance status effect for 10 seconds after completing a healing action on another survivor. This is, in my opinion, completely ridiculous. It's an incredibly strong perk. W, hello Faded. It's an incredibly strong perk that is used in conjunction with so many other speed builds. It can be used in conjunction with Hope, or Adrenaline, or any exhaustion perk, or Resilient Spine Chill to make vaulting around with your 3% haste to get there, and the, I believe it's 24% boost in vault speed. is just incredibly powerful of a perk, and its synergies will compound this fivefold. It is incredibly, incredibly powerful. I'm not sure whether to call it broken yet. It's too early to say, but I think in time this will become broken. Appearance, Power, fuck do you mean his power? His power, I assume, talks about his perks, so I would say that in the character backstory was high quality, again pairing in with Singularity. Theme of Gabriel was alright, moderately engaging. Really the highlight of the chapter is Singularity. How was my experience playing on Toba Landing? I have a considerable amount of experience playing on Toba Landing. Overall, how satisfied or dissatisfied are you with the gameplay on Toba Landing? As a killer, I'm quite dissatisfied. Doesn't pair with Adren though. Once you're healed, you lose to 3%. It does pair with Adrenaline if you go from the dying state to the injured state though. That is something that people have not talked about. Is if you pair this with Hope Adrenaline made for this, that is the prime fuck you for really anyone. So if you are in the dying state and the doors pop, you are at 160% speed for 5 seconds and then go back down to 110, which is completely ridiculous. 110% speed permanently, even in just one state of the game, is absolutely ridiculous. Some killers move at 110%, so you are faster than them in loops because your hitbox is smaller. It is incredibly difficult for most killers to keep up with that. Even 115 killers to keep up with that. Just made for this in general. It's just fucking ridiculous. But even pairing it with those perks is just completely fucked. Anyways, Toba Landing map. I'm dissatisfied on both sides. I think I'm very dissatisfied with Killer because the map is fucking obese, right? It's just a large map, but the fact that its clutter, its structuring, and its random generation, and its spacing of tiles all allow for either incredibly strong loops for survivors or complete dead zones where they can't do anything is just not fun. It's just not fun for either side, really. Regardless of what side of the scenario you're on and what scenario is happening. Compared to other outdoor maps, I don't know if I would call Dead Dog an outdoor map. It's very small, but it's a lot more building oriented. Yamaoka Estate. How easy or difficult are the following? Okay. There's a lot of things here, so I'm just going to kind of burn through them instead of explaining. Finding hooks, kind of just right. They blend in a decent amount, but they're obvious. Played it twice, once Killer and Survivor. Hated it both times. Yes, it's very dissatisfying. Actually, fuck this map. It looks pretty. It looks okay as far as visuals go. But as far as structuring goes, it's very bad. Very, very bad. Clutter does not equal good map design. And that's exactly what Toba Landing is. There are so many awkward transitions between dead zones and tiles that are incredibly unnoticeable just because of the clutter on the map. It's very difficult for survivors to identify tiles. It's very difficult for survivors to identify safe zones and dead zones. Very difficult for the killer to identify where to zone. It's just not a fucking good map. It's a terrible map. Alright, finding gens. Finding gens, I think, is a little too easy. Just because they're like completely obvious compared to the structuring of the map. Finding hooks, I said this just right. Locating exit gates, I think, is just right. It is pretty obvious, but as far as locating exit gates goes, they should be pretty obvious. Finding hatches. I think finding hatches is a little bit too difficult, honestly, on both sides. Like, again, with the clutter of the map design, it's always going to be around some random corner. So it's very difficult to try and like zone in the hatch and strategically get to it, because it could be in any one of those little spots. There's no open space, there's no dead zones. There's no dead zones of objects to try and find the hatch through. Locating pallet and vault loops is a little too difficult. Navigating around the map is also, well, I think navigating around the map is fine, because it's, as a general structure, it's pretty consistent. Memorizing the layout of the map is also just right. Escaping the killer in a chase is a little bit too difficult. Feels like the swamp when I'm trying to find hatch. It really does. Now that you mention that, it really does feel like swamp. Like the general gameplay loop, at least. Swamp is a significantly better map, but as far as things like finding shit goes, it's quite similar. Swamp is still a good map, but it does have like some of the similar problems to this. I think escaping the killer in chase is a little bit too difficult, just because of the generation being very difficult to identify, very difficult to use correctly, because a lot of the generation isn't actual tiles, it's ramps and it's single wall windows, which are very weird addition that really don't add any safety for the survivor. Injuring a survivor in a chase, I feel, is a little too easy for that reason. Depending on what killer you're playing, of course. I would say just right. Actually, I am going to say just right. Thinking about it more, and I'm going to explain this one for a bit, so people don't just go, oh, the killer man says just right to injure the survivor. Injuring a survivor in a chase is not incredibly difficult, but comparative to the maps that we currently have and comparative to what balanced maps we currently have. Okay, but that's a bubble player, and that's a bubble player. That's all I had to say. It's not necessarily too easy to injure a survivor in a chase, but it is too easy to find survivors. Yes, I think finding hiding spots. Hiding spots is actually just right. Seeing survivors from afar is what's too easy right now. And patrolling generators is about right, just because of the placement of certain gens and their spawns around the map. If any, what were your main points of frustration with the Toba landing map? Okay. I'm just going to type here, and then I'll read out what it typed, because it's going to sound very weird if I try and say it. The clutter. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Because clutter does not equal good map design. I have said that so many fucking times. I will say it so many more. Clutter does not equal good map design. At all. In fact, clutter is the only thing that doesn't make good map design. At least in a game like this. Anyways, what I wrote. The map is very visually and structurally cluttered. Placement of tiles relative to the clutter, while solid in number of tiles, is too sporadic to call anything but subpar. Main building is too powerful for the survivors, and the open and spread tile nature of the rest of the map slightly favors killers. I think that's entirely fair. Before I move on, I do want your input on that, because it's quite a decent bit, but I think that's entirely fair. I think that's a decent way to put everything. Oh my god, it's a Dead by Daylight stream. Started streaming like an hour ago, and I have not played Dead by Daylight. It'll take around 20 minutes to complete. Motherfucker is taking me 40 so far. Well, main is so strong on top. I know, main is incredibly strong. Main is incredibly strong. Against a good survivor, you are not catching them in main. Unless you're playing nurse. Unless you're playing nurse, you're not catching them in main. Even without pallets. But the pallets just make it more so. Okay. Do you read Dead by Daylight patch notes? Yes, I do skim them. What do I usually read them? I read them on the website. Steam and in-game notifications. Website. When do I usually read patch notes? On patch day, I generally read patch notes. How often? I read patch notes for most updates, just because I'm interested. I read the bug fixes section. Yes, I skim it. I skim all the patch notes, just to see if there's anything interesting to me. Satisfied or dissatisfied am I with the current format of patch notes? I mean, I'm satisfied. They definitely could be better, but I feel as a generality, they're very solid. Like, there's not a whole lot of complaints that I can have, just because they're fucking patch notes. I would say satisfied. Satisfied or dissatisfied am I with quality of bug fixes? I'm gonna say neutral. Some things happen very fast, which I'm happy about, but then some things just do not get resolved that are way too easy to resolve, i.e. like the enemies bug, 2 frames of animation. I'm gonna keep going back to that because it's fucking stupid. It took 2.5 weeks to fix 2 frames of animation. That's more than a week per frame. I feel like main on Toba is same level strong main on Garden. Yes it is, which is completely ridiculous. Almost stronger. Almost. I say almost because that one window is so incredibly zonable that the balancing of the rest of the house is completely nullified by that window. What extent? Oh my fucking god, dude. I want to be done with this. Okay. They also didn't anticipate that I would explain every single opinion that I have, because I have an audience and I'm trying to make this shit entertaining. Alright, so what extent do you agree or disagree with the following statements? Feel like it makes an impact when I report bugs? Nope. Reporting bugs brings value to the game. It inherently does, yes. Feel like I do my part for the community when I report bugs? Yes, I do. Feel like reporting bugs improves my own Dead by Daylight experience? Not really. One of the following types of bugs you reported in the last 3 months. I reported a perk bug. I reported a killer bug. I reported a blood web bug. I've reported a visual bug. There is, oh my beard, that they did, dog. They went all out on the bug fix section. What resources are you? I'm aware of those two. Quest form on their help page, the bug reporting page on Behavior's website. Or do I most often report bugs? I often report it on, well, the bug reporting page. That's the only place I've reported them. What extent that, bro? What is this? What fucking tech at behavior went, hey, listen, I know you've reported like 3-4 bugs maybe. How you feel about it, dog? Alright, to what extent do you agree or disagree with the following statements about reporting bugs through the bug reporting page on Behavior's forum website? As it is, I would continue to use it. I disagree with that because it's a bug reporting page. Satisfied with the functionality, neutral. It's had a problem or two. But reporting bugs is worth my time. Neutral. It's a necessary evil, really. Satisfied with the outcome. Also neutral. Sometimes they get fixed fast, sometimes they don't. How difficult were the following when I first started playing Dead by Daylight? Okay, understanding that was not difficult. Learning what each status effect does was slightly difficult, just because there's quite a decent bit of them. Practicing skill checks was slightly difficult, of course. It's a brand new thing, but they're not hard anymore. Obviously, they're just to make sure that you're like paying attention and didn't just tape your mouse button down. Understanding the blood web, slightly difficult. Again, engaging with lore, slightly difficult because there's a fuck ton of it. Memorizing map layouts was moderately difficult because randomized tiles are inherently difficult to understand for newer players. Understanding Survivor's win condition was slightly difficult. And I'll change Killer's win condition to that too. Learning what each killer power does was moderately difficult. Navigating the store, why is that on here? Learning what each perk does. Ooh, this is where I don't know where I'd put very difficult or extremely difficult. Because there's a fuck ton of perks. I think I would put very difficult because you'll learn the most popular perks quite fast. But if you see an unknown perk, because there's so many of them, very weird. You know, if the Rift output for Skull Merchant has been fixed, it still makes no sound. I think did they fix it? If they didn't fix it last patch, it's still not fixed. Because there was nothing about it in these patch notes. Alright, which of the following were the most helpful resources? Watching videos. Easily watching videos. Watching videos was the most efficient way to learn possible. Learning from friends, watching live streams, playing through trial and error. Like, those are obviously the best ways to learn. I'm going to take watching live streams off because they don't really delve into it as efficiently as the other three do. What format of Dead by Daylight do you find most helpful to learn the following? Alright, for sure. Video, how is this even a question? Video will always be the most, the most helpful format because it can be orally explained, it can be explained with images, it can be explained with text, and that's all consolidated into videos. They do need a better tutorial, because you can only play a fucking trapper. It teaches the base game mechanics decently well, but it does not teach you anything else. It also doesn't teach you, how to loop, any tiles, any, mechanics around that. The nuances with fast vaulting and lunges, and it doesn't teach you any of that. They just need a way better tutorial. Also, I need you to know I just had to ask Treya what the word was for tutorial. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Oh, man. From what medium would you most like to see new licensed content? I'm going to say video games, because that's what I'm most, involved in. Films and TV are fine as well. I mean, that's how we got most of the amazing licenses in the game, so I can't complain. Which of the following video game franchises would you be interested in seeing fucking I'm gonna take a lap. I'm gonna take a fucking lap. I'm out. I am out this bitch. I'm going to take a lap. I'm going to take a whole ass fucking lap around my home, around my fucking. I'm gonna walk outside. You might hear the door, and I'm gonna walk around my house, and then come back in here and sit down. I literally need to take a lap. That's fucking insane. Back from my lap. Literally took a lap. Quite literally. I'm back from the lap. Not to worry. The best gamer in all of the United States and Cuba has arrived. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What is that? What is that? What? Oh. Oh. Okay. Disregarding that. Think it'd be kind of dope to see a Doom collab. I'm just going to go through these and click all the ones that seem cool and then delve into them more. Portal collab would be fucking dope. I don't know how they'd do it, but it would be dope. Tomb Raider collab would be sick. Mortal Kombat collab would be sick. Metal Gear collab would be sick. Little Nightmares would be sick. BioShock would be dope. BioShock would be so cool to collab, actually. Could you imagine Big Daddy as a killer? Could you fucking imagine? That'd be so cool, actually. Actually, I kind of want BioShock now. I kind of do want BioShock as a collab now. Oh, that would be really cool. Okay, so Bioshop's staying. D&D. I think D&D was too general. Also, it's under video game, for whatever reason. Going through this, I think Metal Gear would be a little too removed from like the vibe of DVD. I think that's the same for Tomb Raider, and I think that's the same for Mortal Kombat. I think Doom would work well. I think Bioshock would work really well. Little Nightmares might actually not work so well. Portal also might not work so well. Would I be least interested to see? Oh, okay. How the fuck do I choose? Because anything that I didn't choose, well, anything that I didn't choose initially, really. Ghostwire Tokyo, Fatal Frame, and fucking Nier Automata. I don't know, I guess. Wait, hold on. Was no. Outlast is on this one. But is it on this one? Oh, it is on this one. Outlast. And I'll remove Doom, I guess, because it would be hard to make like Doom Slayer work or some shit like that. But Outlast would be dope as shit. Huh. I'm glad I noticed that. I'd cry with Outlast. Dude, Outlast is so fun, and it would work so well. How interested are you? Nope. Which are the following media? Oh, man. What are the following mediums would you like to see Dead by Daylight branch into? Nope. You are best thing is video game. Other types of video game. Oh, no. Then none of the above. Outlast is such a good franchise. I know, it's so good. Outlast is such a good franchise. It's really incredible. And seeing it done well in like, how do I say this? Seeing it done well in the context of like a multiplayer game with the Outlast trials was really, really surprising, but incredibly fun. Alright, what is the likelihood that you would use each of the following features? Killer powers, VFX. Same gameplay, different visuals. I would probably use those. In-match sticker emotes, I would also probably use those. Survivor sprays, I would definitely use those. Different killer moris, definitely would use those. Killer basement components. Ooh. That's interesting. That's very interesting. If each killer had a different basement component, oh, dude, I would definitely use that. Evolving outfits, additional outfit details, the last-based successfully pairing regenerate. I would definitely use that, definitely, and I would, of course, use post-match emotes. This brings more of like a Halo-style progression into it. That would be really cool. Killer basement component. That's so interesting to me. Killer basement components. Oh, dude, it'd be so cool. I don't even know. I'm just starting to think now. Oh, my brain is just going. My, like, Trapper could have extra traps in the basement. I think that one's very obvious though. There are so many different like possibilities with that. I'm so interested in that actually. I honestly want to kind of knock all these down a peg just to put killer basement components at the top, but I'm not going to. This ring following Rift consumable rewards in terms of appeal. 7 for blood point booster. Rift fragment boosters. Okay. XP boosters, fine. Survivor items, offerings, add-ons. Oh, I get it. Okay, okay, okay. Hold on. Consumable rewards. So I'm gonna put add-ons at 6, offerings at 5, survivor items at 4, character trials at 3, fragment boosters at 1, and XP booster at 2. Which killer would you like to receive a balance change? Buff Trapper. God, please. God fucking please. Nerf Nurse. God fucking please. And rework. Alright. Who needs a fundamental rework? Trickster. Not even a question. How likely is it that you would recommend Dead by Daylight to a friend or colleague? I bet it is. Buff Trapper, Pig. I think Pig can be good. They're very difficult to be like played at a high level, but Pig can be really good. Like built-in slowdown in the form of bear traps is pretty good, honestly, and pairing that with some certain add-ons or perks or playstyles is actually pretty good. So Pig buff would be kind of nice, but I don't think we necessarily need it. It's very difficult to play at higher MRR. Yes, it is, Para. That's 3 months. Have you recommended Daylight? Yes, I have. What gender do I identify as? Prefer not to answer. Prefer not to answer. What year was I born? Oh, that makes me feel like a young piece of shit. Okay. How would you best describe your experience level with Dead by Daylight? I would say intermediate. I am nowhere, fucking nowhere near good enough to consider myself expert. If there's an option between beginner and intermediate, I would choose that. But I think I have a decent, like, realm of knowledge under myself. You're a baby? I'm 18. Fuck you. God damn it. Do I have crossplay enabled? Yes, I do. I have anything else to share? Nerf Pig. Baby, I don't want to hear it. You are decrepit. You are one wrong sleeping position away from turning into dust. I don't want to fucking hear it from you. No, I want to be intelligent with this. I don't just want to say Nerf Pig. Turn 30 in December, homie. I'm not dust. That's my mom. Nah, if 18 is a baby, you're old. You're old as shit. have anything else to share. Please take a look into more reworks instead of buffs or nerfs. Some characteristics of the game are inherently unfun, i.e. waiting out perks, killers with no counterplay, survivor perks with no counterplay, etc., and need to change to prevent staling of the game's meta and strategy. I think that's short and simple without getting into way too many fucking characters. Hey, alright. Anyways. That's finally. Finally done. We can play the video game. Alright. I'm gonna keep the music on until like Q pops. I'll keep the music on. But we finally get into matches. I played one match and then got prompted for that stupid fucking survey. That literally took over an hour. Thank you, 20 minutes. Fucking behavior. Anyways. I'm sure your children are adorable. In some way or another. The music will now be paused so that we can actually play the video game. Where's audio at for y'all right now? Is that good, or do you want it up a little bit? Or at least for the game, rather, comparatively to my microphone. Well, I guess you can't really hear it anymore, but we'll see. We'll play a decent bit of this game. If it needs to go up a little bit, I know where to put it. But if it's good staying down here, then I won't bother moving it. No, 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 man. That just fucking blows, doesn't it? Oh, I think she makes that. Damn. Well, I'm gonna go apply Gen Pressure then. Nice vault. Nice vault. Really cool vault there, but RPD, remove it. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Literally what I'm fucking saying. It's insane. Batch it. It's crazy. It's nuts. It's kooky. No. You don't just get to do that. You don't just get to get off of one gen and go work on another. No, thank you. There's a little scaredy cat survivor somewhere. Oh yeah, no, I meant to bump on that for sure. Still got the injury. We'll take that. Hold on. Gargantuan brain play. Giga brain play. Damn. I couldn't slide off that railing. Very unfortunate. What are you trying to do, bud? Just gonna give me a free hit? Oh, and a free pallet. Thank you. I'll take the blind. Take the blind for that pallet, for sure. Oh, dead hard. Might be off the record, actually. No, that wasn't a shoulder flick. Not for sure. Dead hard or off the record? I don't know which is which, but... Or not know which is which, but I don't know which one he has. I think that hard that, yeah, I think that hard as well. He was touching the gen. Oh, what was that bomb? What the fuck? Maybe off the record because he wasn't healing there, but I do think he was touching the gen. Love that that can just give me a free hit. Invitation's fair. You're down. Would have been a nice play from you, but unfortunately I do have a brain. So it didn't work that well. I think Michaela's back up. We will take more pressure. Take this. Wheel over on the Kate. Okay, she's up. Kind of hard to play around that tile, just because of the walls around it, but... That's not what I wanted, but alright. Guess so. Just made for this. We're gonna hook here. Do we apply pressure at the unhook? Oh, no, for sure. I bumped on that. Not for real. On God. Oh, I got backed into the fucking pallet, dog. Fair play, I guess. Ooh, almost that plater. And there we go. I do think Kate's on Death Hook. Which is quite good for us. Although I don't think we're in a winning situation. Oh, Kate's was just on second hook, okay. Oh. That's very strong for me. I'm gonna compliment myself, fuck you. Oh, dude. The mind games I pulled out there. Yeah, we take those for sure. I don't think outside hook gone here is the best play. Okay, it's not gone. I don't think I can get to this before it pops, but... It's not hard to outplay event pellets. Or you, apparently. I don't think I was in pickup before I got him. We should be fine. If that Michaela died on hook, that'd be ideal, but she's next to an exit gate, so yeah. Love those bumps through the doors. They're just incredible. That collision is just incredible. It's insane. I love it. Survivors are going to choose to be more altruistic and get their team in favor of life. So. I was not against that wall. For sure. Oh, could you imagine if that hit her? Oh my god. I would be pissed. Kayla's playing this chase very well. I do still end up getting it. But very, very well played by Michaela. Run against the walls, they can't get a save. Very unfortunate. Very, very well played, though. It's a really good game. They were very good at applying pressure and everything. Whipped everyone relatively easily, so I'm done with that. Need to make sure we don't accidentally exit out because of the stupid fucking tome, but... Alright, let's see these builds. Michaela had 2 boons, Exponential and Circle of Healing, neither of which we saw. I did not walk through a single boon the entire match. Windows and Tenacity. Really? That's why we didn't find her slugged the first time. Okay. Fair enough. Ace. Of course, yeah, Dwight did have Dead Hard. Which is very fun, and a very cool perk that deserves to stay in the game. Also had the Hope made for this, and then Windows. Also some more shenanigans, flip-flop power struggle, boil over. And, Unbreakable Tenacity, Solidarity. So overall, pretty well played match by all sides. Well, I say well played, but very well played by the survivors. The door went no. So fucking true. Oh my god. You're not edgy. Nah, for sure not, dude. Has the Skullmax Nia. His name is Tears, and he's P100. Holy shit, dude. You're a character. Alright. I'm gonna go get water before this game starts. I got water. Single-use plastics, baby. 5 cakes. There we go. Even the P100 meters bringing one. Can I get you as my killer again? Why is that? Why do you want me as your killer? What in particular about the matchup makes you want me as your killer? Nah, no. Not this fucking map. Oh, dude, lord. I like running blights and you're a good one. Thank you. Well, we got unlucky by going upstairs first. Did get lucky by finding the P100 Nia though. We did not get lucky with that collision though. She doesn't take me to the God Palace, so I'll chase it. She'll take me to the window though. That window loop is just incredibly strong. Give it to the pallet. Do I force the drop? Regardless of whether I force the drop or not, I do force a hit. Which I will always take. No 180. I did not want to break that. It's unfortunate, but let's give this an opportunity to just hook here and go. I have to go upstairs. Think I make it there either. Okay. Ran before it was done, which is really good for us. Do you think I catch him going for the unhook? I do. Actually looked farther enough down this time. Oh my god. I think we got a hit there. That's enough. Matt pulled tonight his dog water. I know, dude. If I was playing nurse, it'd be a cakewalk, but we unfortunately do not have that privilege because I'm not a piece of shit. What gen are they even at? I didn't hear them at all. Ah, scratch marks. Get the unhook. BLIGHT collision. Oh, he went upstairs. Wait, no, he didn't. There were just scratch marks upstairs for whatever reason. Oh, man. Seeing that not connect was heartbreaking. Rip those, though. There we go. Nea's good. Yeah, good spin. Very solid. Although I do just turn it into a hit here. Ooh, sabotage. Where did they go? Ah, okay. Got him with that little red stain bait. That does give us a successful hit. Okay. Gonna give me free pressure. I will take it. Very good flick by the BLIGHT. Very good dodge by the Dwight. Ooh. I think I get that. Yep. If I insta-pick here, I don't think I get pallet saved. I do not. Okay, well. Very nice. Well played, Bitchik. Did have adrenaline on the Kate. Oh, he just went for it. I respect that. Yeah. Didn't even try 9 it. Very nice, very well played. Very well played by the survivors. No, dude, it happened again. Why? That's fucking obnoxious. That's so obnoxious. Can't even give a GG to a well-played game because devs fucking suck. That's actually so infuriating. Alright, 2 beamers, medkit, nothing on the Ash. Playing against Knight sucks. Yeah, true. That's why I don't play him. It's not fun. For either side, really. Bro, you brought a blueprint. Bring the event. Who'll be our first vegan killer? Clearly not the hag, the huntress, or the cannibal. Okay. Okay, I guess. I needed my ears, thank you. No, you don't need those things. What are they even for? We have a solid flick. This is gonna go down relatively quickly. Ah, fair enough. Really not the greatest idea for you. Nothing but main pressure, because I have to put pressure over here. Oh, Strack. How very convenient. How very convenient that he dropped Strack Cloud at 5 gens. Incredible. I do enjoy it. Not for sure. Oh, oof, Ash. That one's rough, huh? Alright, there's nothing to bump off over there. Well, strong. I just wanted to do that. There really wasn't any, like, outstanding benefit. Oh, yeah. No, just vector me into that fucking corner. No, that's dope. Oh, could you imagine if I just waited just that little bit longer? Nope. I'll take the free pressure. I'll take it. Ah, nice. Good bait, good bait. Ooh, I didn't hold the launch there long enough. Damn. That's just poorly played on my part. They are gen rushing now, so that's not very fun. I mean, Cowshed's a very open map. Rotten Fields is pretty easy to do so on, so I guess I can't really blame them. Definitely gonna be too altruistic and go unhook. Here. I did not hit that wall for sure. No, not for sure, for real, for on God. Oh, good bait. Good bait. Yeah, I really got fucked by that one, huh? We have somewhat of a 3-gen here. It's a little bit boring, but the survivors kind of did it themselves, so I can't really feel too bad. Did find the guy who's the only one not injured, which I will take. I'll take that. Oh, I just barely didn't make it to that gen. Nice try for a spin. Appreciate the attempt. Very nice. I really did not expect him to get that much distance on me, but I'll play. And there we get the injury. Okay. They're all working on gens, so one's probably going to get Tinker procced soon. But an unhook completely away from the 3-gen is going to build us a lot of good pressure. Yep, that's to be expected, but that. Manage your pressure. We went to Shack, which is not a good idea. What is... Oh, there's a Dead Hard. There we go. Really timed from him, which I will take. Always good to know that Dead Hard is not being utilized properly, because when it is, it's a little unfair. But... well, the Tinker proc there, so we kind of have to go for that. Ooh, nice dodge. Nice dodge from her. The fucking obese palette. Yeah, she can just drop that. Can take the hit, I suppose. Ooh, with life. Ooh, barely makes it out of there. Well played, well played. No adrenaline, thankfully. That was the most predictable thing that possibly could have happened. And I suck. We might be able to get two here. If they're altruistic enough, they definitely could just all get out. Yep. Okay, they're all out, but it was a very hard-fought game. I am not dissatisfied with that at all. Very nice, very well played with them. Alright, I'm gonna make sure that I can say GG to them. Very, very well played.
Still looking for more co-op time. We were just really spread out on that one. Granted, I could have tried to force that gen that two of them were on in my challenge at the same time, but I don't usually think that way.
Okay, we're in their little Twitch stream right now. Just gonna spread a little positive energy, you know.
Thank you, thank you. Good luck on your next. We got Adam, Nia, and Dwight with us in this one.
All right. I love Knight and it being a 2v4. Oh, man. Knight is just something. Can't even say something else. Knight is just something. I'm the only one who brought a Tiramisu. That's so fucking rough. So rough. Quite unfortunate, but it is how those things pan out. If all the survivors ready up, I'll ready up. Beamer, key, medkit. Seeing a key is interesting. Easy game. Easy fucking game. Holy shit, this game is so easy. Oh my god, it's actually fucking unreal. It's so easy. Oh, wow. Look at this build. Look at this build from the man who disconnected. I'm kind of glad we didn't play this game, actually. That's disgusting, and I hate it. 2 dead hards. 3 made for this. 2 hope, 2 resilience. Yeah. Kind of pretty glad that we did not play this video game. Wait, 2 exhaustions from the Kate, though. As death. I recognize that fucking username. I recognize that username. Private profile, but I know who it is. Damn, that's so unfortunate, because I would have been able to play with them. Well. That is unfortunate. I'm gonna see if we can't just prestige blight and call it a day. I've been having fun recently, but it's just kind of been more of a chore to spread my time out between this and other games like that. We'll see if we can't prestige blight before we get out of here. My overlay is in a very unfortunate spot, isn't it? See if we can't shift those down here. That's in a much better spot. There we go. It is a little weird, but that's fine. Not the blighted crow. That's very unfortunate. I don't know if we quite prestige here, but we'll see. I don't think we do. Quite unfortunate. It is the way it is. It is what it is. Wow, I was actually able to get everything I wanted there. That's crazy. I was crazy once, believe it or not. That is just unfortunate. I guess we can play one more game. There's no harm in it. Level 50, almost about to prestige. Not a ton of harm in playing another game. So we'll play one more here. At 98. You are very close, my friend. 2 beamers, 2 toolboxes. This is going to be one hell of a ride. I wonder if they still bring a beamer, even though they switched. Nope. No beamer. Still 2 toolboxes, which is a little scary, but I'm sure it's fine. They're definitely not 2 engineers toolboxes with BNPs and charge add-ons. Definitely not. And built to last scavenger on both of them. Never. Probably not. It would kind of suck. Tiger fun fact number 3. Tigers sometimes eat other animals, which is kind of rude to the other animals, to be honest. That's crazy. Oh, my dog is here. The dog has arrived. Chad, look at dog. Chat, dog. Dog, chat. Dog. Look at her. Look at her. Dog. Garden of Depression. Not an incredible map. You do get an invitation this time. That's such a shit totem spot. Ooh, a shoulder flick on Nia. She's gonna go into the house. Not ideal for us. She actually went through. Oh, that is so unfortunate. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I sort of feel bad. No, I don't. You got red. Ooh, didn't make that. Nice. Dude, Bill's not making that tile. Ooh, that is a rough one, Ada. Very unfortunate. Ooh, if I was faster on that, I could have got a hit. Fortunate, but it is what it is. I'll take pressure. Oh, I think we get it. No, this pallet. Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't take the pallet. I for sure thought he would have took the pallet. He gets the window though. Damn. Oh, very nice. Good play. Unfortunately, still does go down. How many hooks at 5 gens? 3. The corner one does go down, which is unfortunate, but I think I'm gonna let that one go down, actually. There's no way I can force a hit there, but it's what it is. Nice little flick. There we go. There we go. Your mind game, pallet. I'll keep it up. I'm gonna try and apply pressure over there. I'm not gonna let them. At least not for 3. Good pallet drop. Good pallet drop by that Nia. Ooh, nice bait. I don't know what she was doing, but nice little shoulder flick. Very plausible that we 4K this one. If we play fair, they could get 1 or 2 out. Which I'm going to try to, because I don't just want to roll a lobby. That's not fun. But if it has any means. It's not amazing for us, because we can't force as many drops. there. Okay, we got the pickup. A little risky with 2 beamers, but... Extra track John. We do force that pallet drop. Making good distance. We can force this. There we go. Get the injured and have to go to this gen. It's not ideal if it pops, so that is perfectly fine. We have more injured pressure. Ooh, very nice pallet. Very nice pallet, son. Did run into me again. And again. That's so unfortunate, dude. Oh, man. That does kind of leave us with a little comp corner around the exit gate. Right? Oh, she knows. Please drop it. Please think you're safe at this event pallet. Very nice. I don't know what he thought he was doing, but maybe he thought he could Pluto attack me in the corner or something, but I don't think so, sir. Well, it's 2 people dead on hook. Okay, I didn't hook that evenly, but... Unfortunate reality of playing killer. Sometimes you're just gonna get it wrong. Oh, we play a little game of guess where. As in, guess where the fuck these survivors want to go. They could be doing Shack, which would kind of zone me into this area. Could be doing that to force me out of a 3-gen. Wouldn't be ideal, but they're not. They are doing Shack. A little hit on Toledo. Redropping Shack. I'm trying to bait dead hard. Which is fine. Do your thing. Get your bag. And I think did we gamble with Hatch here with Ada? Did I ever hook Ada? Okay, I did. I did hook Ada once. Proxying, that would be boring, but I'm gonna unhook while I'm so close. There's no reason I shouldn't go for it, you know? Lockers, huh? There are no scratch marks out of here. Not lockers? Oh, not lockers. Very intelligent. Very well played by them. Progress it already had. Could very well be on track again. They're not. Let's give them a significantly better chance. A boon? That's just not very nice. A bit of an interesting game. They very well could just be hiding. That's entirely possible. Ooh, saw scratch marks though. Ah, very nice. Kind of did get lost in the edge of the map there. Still get to it. There we go. Alright. Now we gamble with the 80 for hatch. Which I'm entirely okay with. Best of luck to you, Ada. We just set up another boon. I do think she got it. Fair play. Yep. There we go. Alright, well, GG's. Very well played. was a nice little send-off for the night. Oh, the P98 Ada. Yeah, that's true. Dead hard made for this adrenaline deliverance. Wow, what a build. Well, unfortunately, I don't think I'm getting a choo-choo, but that is how it goes sometimes. I think that is going to wrap it up for my stream. It has been a fun time. I think YouTube's solid, but I do think I get more traction on Twitch. I'm still not entirely sure which one I'm going to use, so I might flip-flop for a while. But this is fun. This is a very fun stream. I did enjoy it. We're going to crack Blight into P16 and call her a night.